Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm Cullen, and this is the Time Machine Diaries. I wanted to put you up on the sources that I used for this. There's only one. It's the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows, and I recommend you check it out. I've only just been introduced to it, and it's already changed my life. Also, fuck ICE. Did you know what ICE stands for? Idiots conducting evil. I'm just bullshitting. If you can't take a joke, what's the fucking point? Life's way too short. So the wildest stuff that I do for this show, it doesn't come from audiobooks, documentaries, or some secret archives. It comes from you. Have you ever looked at an old photo, maybe of your mom or an old friend, and wish you could go back to that time to tell yourself, cherish every moment you have? It doesn't last long. I know I have. I'll be in a crowd, alone, but somehow connected. There was feelings I had no explanation for. I couldn't put a word on them. I was listening to public radio the other day, and somebody mentioned the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. And I fucking swear, I went down the deepest rabbit hole of my entire life. This book, by a genius named John Koenig, is basically a collection of words for feelings we all thought were impossible to describe. Like, legit feelings. The moment I started reading it, I was like, holy shit, I gotta share this with people. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna run through a few of my favorite words that really jumped out to me. Tell me what you think in the comments. It's 288 pages. I'm gonna tell you stories. Real ones, fictional ones, sometimes a little of both, about people living inside these feelings. And if you recognize yourself in these stories, good. That means you're one of us. It means you're human. It means you're not alone. So first up is this word sonder. And it's the sudden realization that every single stranger around you has a life as vivid and equally as complicated as yours. Imagine this. It's 6:14 p.m. on a Tuesday. It's pouring rain. The kind of rain that turns the city into a parking lot. There's a kid named Malik. He's 17. He's riding bus number 53. Hoodie up, headphones in. But he's not listening to music. He just wants the world to leave him alone. Outside, there's a woman in a red raincoat running across the street, and an old man staring at a blinking "Don't Walk" sign. Malik's brain is fried. His phone is buzzing with texts he doesn't want to answer. He's worried about his dad's voicemail, about the college he didn't get into, and how nobody even knows him. And then out of nowhere, a thought hits him like a thunderbolt. Holy shit. All these random ass people have whole ass lives. That woman in the raincoat? That's Eloise. She used to be a violinist in an orchestra. She hasn't touched her instrument since her divorce. She's going home alone tonight to microwave soup and binge watch Netflix. The old man at the light? That's Clarence. He's a retired firefighter. He still wears his daughter's old baseball cap because it smells like her. They haven't talked in 12 years. And that's the thing about Sonder. Every single day, we pass thousands of people we will never know. People with heartbreaks, cool hobbies, childhood memories, inside jokes, and dreams they will never talk about. And we just keep moving like they're extras in our movie. But the truth is, we're extras in their movies too. You might be the stranger they remember forever because you smiled at them when they were about to cry, or because you dropped your coffee and cursed so creatively they still tell the story years later. Or that time you went camping with your kids. You rented a golf cart. The speed limit was 7.5 miles an hour. You drove around the camp with your kids, pretending the cops were behind you. You'd stop in front of certain campgrounds, or random ones. Pretend the cops pulled you over and say, "I'm sorry, officer. I was only going 7 3/4. Pretend the officer got out of the car. And then peel off. And people would die laughing. You'll never see him again. But they might remember that story for the rest of their life. That's Sonder. The realization that you're not the only main character. And we're all just overlapping stories, trying to be seen. So next time you're in the coffee shop, or in line at the DMV, or riding the subway, look around. Because every single person you see is living a life as vivid as yours. And you're a piece of their story too. Next up is énouement. The bittersweet feeling of having finally arrived in the future you used to dream about, but not being able to go tell your younger self. Alright, this one really hits me hard. You ever have a moment where you realize, fuck man, I wish my younger self could see me now. They'd be so proud. But also, maybe a little pissed, confused. That's énouement. Bittersweet as hell. There's a woman named Jada. She's 38 now. She works at the high school as a counselor. Big earrings, strong hugs, snacks on deck. And she's always got tissues in her desk drawer. She's steady. She's kind. She's got a Spotify playlist called Therapy Bangers. But at 17, Jada was a hot mess. Riding the bus to school with her hoodie pulled low and a Walkman in her lap. Trying not to cry before third period. One day, 17-year-old Jada wrote herself a note. It was on a scrap of notebook paper. She folded it in half, like a wish. It said, "If we're still alive by 30, write me back." She tucked it in a shoebox with concert stubs. And the last thing she had from her mom before she passed away. Cut to present day. Jada's packing boxes, moving into her first solo apartment. She opens that shoebox and finds the note. 38, standing barefoot in a sea of bubble wrap, reading a message from a girl she barely remembers. And here's the thing. She made it. She survived the breakup. She survived losing her mom. She survived being broke, being depressed, and alone. She still sings in the car. She still texts her little brother memes at 2 a.m. She's doing all right. But the twist is, she can't go back. She can't show her teenage self the photo of her laughing on the beach. She can't console her crying in the shower. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna learn how to breathe through panic attacks. You're gonna love again. You're gonna make your own home. That's the ache of énouement. You know now what you desperately needed to know then. But you can't go back to say it. It's not regret. It's not nostalgia. It's grief for all the old versions of you that never got to see how strong you became. And maybe you feel that too. Maybe you've come through something. A heartbreak, a diagnosis, a year that chewed you up and spit you out. And now you're here, alive, breathing, still kind. And if your past self could see you, they would cry. So listen, even if you can't send a message back through time, you can talk to the you that exists right now. And maybe that's enough. Next time you look in the mirror, say this: Hey, we made it. Not perfectly. It damn sure wasn't painless. But we're still standing. And that means something. Next up, opia. The ambiguous intensity of looking someone in the eye, which can feel simultaneously invasive and vulnerable. All right, let's talk about something crazy. Eye contact. I know, right? Sounds simple, but real shit. Locking eyes with someone can feel like either falling in love or getting mugged. Sometimes both at once. There's a guy named Ethan. He's 29. He works in graphic design, wears hoodies, and keeps his earbuds in, even when he's not listening to music, just so people won't try to talk to him. He's at a coffee shop one Saturday, just waiting for his latte, looking through a bunch of memes, trying to avoid small talk. Then he looks up and accidentally locks eyes with a woman at the counter. It's only half a second, but it hits like a punch. Because in that tiny space of time, he feels seen, exposed, and terrified. That's opia. The weird, electric feeling when someone looks directly into your eyes and you realize, oh, you can actually see me. Not the mask. Not the fake smile. But me. There's nowhere to hide in eye contact. You can lie with your mouth, but your eyes rat you out every time. Your eyes will say, I'm scared. I once read this thing that said the eyes are the only part of the brain you can see from the outside. Wild, right? You're staring directly into someone's mind, into every joy, fear, and secret they carry. And sometimes it's beautiful. Sometimes it's way too much. Ethan? He looks away instantly. But his heart is beating way too fast. Because for one split second, he felt connected. And it scared the fuck out of him. Opia is why people fall in love across crowded rooms. It's why enemies glare at each other in absolute silence. But here's the thing. If you get the chance to look someone in the eye and they don't look away, maybe lean into it. Because that might be the one moment you remember forever. So yeah, that's opia. A feeling that's half vulnerability, half electricity, and 100% proof that being human is messy as hell. Alright fam, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Time Machine Diaries. I hope these weird, beautiful words hit you the way they hit me. Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to find words big enough to fit the things happening inside of our hearts. First off, I gotta give a huge shout out to my incredible wife, Courtney. You're the reason I get up every morning with ideas, and the reason I eventually go to bed instead of writing all night. Also, much love to my father-in-law, Jamie. Thanks for always asking. So what the hell are you working on now? And then actually sticking around to listen. You're the real MVP. Whether you're driving home from work, walking your dog, sitting there in the dark, wondering why you feel things so fucking deeply, thank you for your comments and for reminding me that none of us are alone, even though we think we are sometimes. I hope you like this episode. I'll definitely be sharing more of these strange, perfect words in the future. Until next time, keep feeling everything. Keep telling your stories. And remember, you're not fucking weird. You're just human. Alright, I'm out.
Two different levels, I cannot relate. You never win if you playing it safe. It's all a game until you get played. You speaking so loud with nothing to say. Hey, I'm betting it all on me. And they said they ride for me, and they talk so bad on me. I know there's no friends in this business, that's why I keep my family close. Put in work and secure the bag, and then take it back to my foes.
It's been a cold, cold summer. Ice in my veins, but you know I'm about to warm up. Yeah, it's been a cold, cold summer.